Hi everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs. In today's video, I'm going to share some new chip bags. So you have all seen these. These are the little mermaid chip bags that I listed a couple of weeks ago, and they've been really popular. I've had a lot of people ask me some questions on them, so we're going to go ahead and do a second video that hopefully is a little bit more clear. These are really easy to do. So let me show you what I've got. I've done some Halloween ones. Our first one is the Halloween, or the pumpkin face, jack-o'-lantern face. This is our first one, and that's the back of it. And this is the one I'm going to show you today how to use in your software. And then we have, this is our Frankenstein. I think he's so cute. And the back has the stripes and his little bolts. It says trick or treat. Next up we have our trick or treat bag, Happy Halloween. And that's the back of that one. Then we have our mummy. I just love this mummy. I think he's so cute. And that's the back of that one, and it says Happy Halloween. And then the last one from the Halloween right now is our vampire, or Dracula. So let me show you what I use when I print these. So I print these off of the Koala inkjet glossy paper. Any glossy paper will work. I like the 36 weight. That's just a perfect weight for rolling these up and sealing them on the top and the bottom. If you don't have that, you can just use a lightweight paper. Now this is cardstock, and I can't remember the weight of it, but it's a really light, thin cardstock. And it will print on the cardstock as well. I like the way that it prints a little bit better on the glossy paper, but it works just fine. So here it is. Well, this is the vampire one on glossy paper. So once you print these off, now I want you to keep in mind that your printer is going to print differently than my printer, or differently than your neighbor's printer. So you're going to want to play around with your settings and get everything set up so that it prints really well. I just print on high quality. So I have an Epson 2720, I think. It's an EcoTank printer, and I just set my settings to high quality, and I don't even worry about the paper setting. It just prints up really nice. So once it's printed, and I'm going to show you in the software here in just a second how to do that, you're going to cut it out, and then you're going to flip it over, and you are going to put tape on the two long sides. I want to make sure that you get that, on the two long sides, and then across the bottom. And then instead of folding it, all you're going to do is you're going to roll this, and the side that has the tape, this would be easier with my overhead camera, the side that has the tape, we're going to overlap it, just like that. And I cannot see because I'm doing this backwards. So you're going to overlap it and tape it down, just like that. Make sure that it's nice and secure. And then you're going to flip it around to the front so that you're looking at the front, and you're just going to kind of fold it. And I'm not pushing it. You're going to take this top piece and just squish it down. And now you have the top, and now you can fill it up with whatever you want. Your candies, your little treats, money, gifts, whatever. And then once it's filled, you're going to take this piece and fold it down, and there is your bag. Now mine looks kind of flat because there's nothing in there. If you want, and you have a paper crimper, you can crimp the top and the bottom, but you don't have to do that. It'll work just fine without it being crimped. So I have four file extensions for each bag. It also comes, one of those file extensions is a PDF, and I wanted to show you what the PDF looks like. It's right here. So if you print this off on a PDF, from the PDF, it's just going to look like this. You don't even need a cutting machine. You're just going to print it off, and then you can cut around it with your paper trimmer or a pair of scissors and go ahead and fold it. So that is what the PDF is. Let's jump over to the screen and I will show you all the file extensions and how to use it in Silhouette and Cricut. Alright, let's go into the file that you will receive if you purchase this from my Scrap Chick or on my Etsy store. So I'm going to close this down, and here is what you will get if you purchase it from one of those places. My Etsy store, Paper Closet Designs, or my Scrap Chick, I sell on there. So when you open it up, first you'll download it and it comes in a zipped file, and you're going to unzip the file. When it opens up, you will see that you have 6 files. You have one for Design Space, one that's a JPEG, one that's a PDF, one that is photos, those are just pictures of the completed project, one that is PNG, and one that is a Print and Cut SVG. So I'm going to tell you what each one of those are. Design Space is if you are going to use it in your Cricut Design Space, and it's really important that you would use that file because it'll open up the correct way. If you try and do the Print and Cut SVG or one of the others, it's not going to work very well. So you want to make sure you're using Design Space. JPEG is just a flat image, the same as a PNG. Those are flat images. PDF is something that you can print. So remember I showed you the one that I had printed on the paper and then cut by hand. If you're going to cut it by hand, the PDF is the one that you want. You would just open it up. In fact, let's do that. You would just open it up, and it's going to open up into your PDF reader, and then you can go ahead and print it from your printer. So I would hit print. I'm not going to print it, but you would find your printer and you just go ahead and print it, and then you can cut that by hand. So that's how you would use the PDF. Let's go back. So Print and Cut SVG is designed basically for the Silhouette, but you have to have a Silhouette Design Edition or above, because the Standard Edition will not open up in an SVG file. So let's go ahead and start with the Silhouette. So if you have Silhouette Studio and you buy the file directly from the Silhouette store, it will show up in your library and you don't really need to do anything. You're going to go to your library. There's mine. I've kept it in my favorites. Just going to double click on it. It's going to open up. It's going to open up with the registration marks, and it is ready to go. You would come up here to print. You would send it to your printer. I'm going to cancel mine, but you would hit print, and your printer dialog box is going to pop up, and you would print it. Then once it's printed, you're going to lay it on your mat the exact way that it shows on your screen. You're going to hit send and choose your material type. I don't know why I have vinyl. That's the last project I was working on. You're going to choose your paper type and then go ahead and hit send. And it is going to cut out right around the edge of your chip bag. So super, super easy. If you've purchased it from the design store, the Silhouette Design Store, that is how you would do it. Now, if you have purchased it from My Scrap Chick or Etsy and you want to still use it in Silhouette, there are a couple of different options. If you have Design Edition or above, you're going to go to File and Open. So you can either just hit this folder right here that's open, or you can go File and Open. And you're going to navigate to wherever you saved your unzipped files. Remember, again, they have to be unzipped. And you would use the Print and Cut SVG. So I'm just going to double click on it and open it up. And it's going to open up on a letter size paper. You will need to come over here to your page setup window or panel. That's this first panel. You're going to click on the third tab, which is your registration marks, and you're going to turn those on. And now it is ready to go. So you would send it again to your printer, and then when you come over to send it over here, you'll notice that it has the red line on it, the cut line, and it is ready to go. So that is if you have Design Edition or above. If you have the Standard Edition, which is the free version, it's also referred to as the Basic Edition, it will not open up in SVG. You're going to try it and nothing's going to happen. But you have two more options that you can still use this. So again, I would go to File or Open. And this time, I'm going to start with the PNG. I think that's the easiest one to use. So I'm going to double click on the PNG and open it. And it opens up on your paper. Now, if you have a 12 by 12 paper showing, you would need to come over here to Media Size and click on Letter. And then again, you'll need to go to your registration marks and turn them on. When you open a PNG in Silhouette, it automatically puts cut lines around the image. So it is ready to go. You do want to make sure that it's not on these hash marks or the corner marks, and that it's inside the red line. So I'm just going to center it up a little bit, and then once again you would go to Send. I'm going to do it under Simple. And there is my cut lines. So I would print it and then I would cut it. I hope that makes sense. If for some reason the PNG is not coming in, and I can't think of any reason why it shouldn't. Silhouette is set up to do it, and I've tested all of these. But if for some reason it's not, or you want to try another one, you have one more option. And that is you can go to File and Open, or you can just hit the Open folder. And this time we're going to do the JPEG. So I'm going to click on the JPEG and open it up. And it's going to come in and it is going to be really, really big. That's because I saved this in a large file of large DPI so that you can keep all of the detail. And right now you have this little warning that's telling you it's not going to print in that resolution. So what you will need to do is you'll need to click on that image. And then we're going to change the height. First off, we want to make sure that that padlock is closed. We're going to change the height to 8.5 inches. It disappeared. It's down in the corner somewhere. The easiest way to find it is just to use the Move tool, which is right here. I'm going to do 0 under X, hit Tab, do 0 under Y, Enter. And there it is. It's going to bring it right back up to my screen. Again, you would need to change your paper to letter. If it's not, we can center it to the middle of the paper by clicking the Center to Page, and come over here and turn on our registration marks. Now, with a JPEG, Silhouette does not automatically add cut lines. So we can come to Send, and this time we can do it by line. And we're going to click on the No line. So now it's going to cut around the edge of that image, just like that. So those are 3 ways to open this design up in Silhouette. If you have the Business Edition, you can do, or excuse me, the Design Edition, you can do the Print and Cut SVG. Or you can do in Basic or Standard Edition, you can do the PNG or the JPEG. Or if you bought it from the store, it opens up, the Silhouette store, it opens up just like it's supposed to. Okay, let's go to Cricut now. So now we're in the Cricut canvas, and this one we are going to come to Upload, and we're going to go to Upload Image, and then you're going to Browse. And we can go to wherever we saved that. I'm sorry, I was going to have this already and I didn't do it. I'm going to actually drag and drop. So here's my files right here. I'm going to click on Design Space. And there is the jack-o'-lantern, and it says it's a PNG file which imports into Cricut, and you want to resize it to a height of 8.5 inches. So we're just going to click this and drag, or again, you could have done browse. Now, because it's a PNG or an image, it comes into this file, this window, which is your upload type. And so we want to select the type that it is. We're going to hit complex. That means there's a lot of different colors going on, and we want all of those colors to show up. So once I've hit complex, I'm going to hit continue. It's going to come into the background remover. There's no background that needs to be removed on this one, so we're just going to do apply and continue. And now we have two options. We can save it as a cut image, which is just going to cut out a square. That's not what we want. We're going to come over here to the print then cut image, and we're going to select it. And you can name it if you want to. You can tag it if you would like. And now we're going, you can also put it in one of your collections. And now we're going to upload it. Once it shows up in this upload window, you can click on it. The green line shows around it, which means it's selected. There's also a thumbnail down here. We're going to add it to canvas. Now again, it's going to come in really, really big. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to, so that you don't lose any of the detail. But we want to shrink that down. So I'm going to come over to the size. I want to make sure the padlock is closed. That locks the proportions. And we are going to change the height to 8.5 inches and hit enter. And now it's the right size and it's ready to go. It's over here in your layers panel. It shows up. So we're going to go to make it. And there it is. It shows as a print and cut, and it's right there on your mat, ready to go. You can change how many copies you wanted. So if you were going to do 3 or 4 of them for a like a Halloween party, go ahead and hit apply. And now you have as many mats as you need. We're going to go back to 1. Then we would hit continue. And first off, we're going to send it to our printer. So if I click on send to printer, I get a printer setup dialog box come up. Make sure that your printer is chosen, and then we would hit print. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want you to have to sit here and wait for it to be printed. And then you would connect your machine, and you would lay that mat just like it shows on your screen. Mine's not turned on, so it's not going to show us. And then you would just hit cut it. That is all there is to it. I hope that made a little bit more sense of how to use the files that are included and how to make these little Halloween bags. I do have some Christmas and some birthday bags in the works, and even some New Year's and Valentine's Day, so we're getting a jump start on them. I probably will not do a video for all of those because it's going to be the same. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me either through my blog or my email address. Please enjoy these. I hope you have lots of fun. Give me a thumbs up down below. Hit subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. And have a great day.